Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another reaction episode of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. This is Haarute, my name is Matt. Hello, what's up? So, last time in Buffy, we had Giles turning into a demon episode. It was just a fun episode. And then when I was editing the episode, I got really hung up on Anya reading a magazine with a Mortal Kombat ad in it. And I started dissecting why would that ad even be in it despite being like 6 years old. I just got really hung up on it for some reason. Yeah, that's what happened last week. We're still in the middle of the Spike Baby Girl arc, which right now for me is the most interesting part of this season so far. I think it's just a fun character. Let's see where it goes today. I'm coming in very low energy. I don't know about you guys, but January is just kind of like that for me. We're just gonna go ahead and watch this. So yeah, Patreon, check out the Patreon link in the description below. Pop up on the screen. You can watch the next 2 episode reactions as well as full-on reactions and enjoy watch-alongs since you're into that. Okay, let's begin. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 4, Episode 13. Let's go. Yes, the lesbian arc continues.
Heed my call. Send to me the heart I desire.
They're playing Gellert or something. Yes, they are! It would have been funnier if they were playing a different board game.
What a stupid game. All these rules just to win little plastic discs.
So here's the thing. I don't know how to play poker, but I do know how to play Riichi Mahjong. I would be much more into this if they were playing Riichi Mahjong.
Local distributor for Boost Bars.
Boost Bars.
Come on, somebody bet already. I've got 3 K cards.
Yep.
Guess she's out with Riley. You know how it is with a spanking new boyfriend.
Yes, we've enjoyed spanking.
I got 3 skate car. Ooh.
Well, am I the only one with a big floating question mark over his head about this initiative thing?
They do seem to fall in the good guy camp. And they are anti-demon.
There's still heaps we don't know about these commandos.
They look so sus. Okay. He's beating the shit out of them. Shot your own ally? Is this training or something?
Patrol team 42 minutes to track you, and you neutralize them in 28 seconds.
Awesome, Buffy.
Okay, so they know too, and they're like, God damn. So everyone is in on everything now. I also feel like I have a fondness for Spike because I also have seen the actor before in Torchwood. It's been 0 episodes since I mentioned Torchwood. I fucking love Torchwood, but like that's where I've seen him first in Masters.
I used one of the commandos as a shield to block a taser blast. It was like 12,000 volts. It took the guy almost 2 hours to recover.
You feel good about that?
You do remember about tonight, right?
I wouldn't be anywhere else. I miss you guys.
Ed Sanders teaching Anya to play poker.
That sounds like fun.
Except the Anya part and the poker part.
I would have a great time doing
To a
that.
Twinkie? That's his lunch? Oh, he is so gonna be punished.
Everyone's getting
The
spanked
manager
but
is
me.
spanking.
What?
Oh my god, Will. I keep talking over the spanking comments, and they're very funny, but they're gonna be really difficult to edit because I keep talking over them. Oh, you're right, he lives in a crypt now.
A bit of a fixer-upper.
We could use a maid.
Needs a woman's touch.
I said maid, and he won up the misogyny.
I owe you a debt of gratitude for
Alright, but then you also crashed the car, so...
300. It occurred to you there may be a higher purpose?
You made me lose count. From here on, I want nothing to do with a lot of you. And I don't want you crawling back here, knocking on my door, pleading for help the second Teen Witch's magic goes all wonky, or little Xander cuts a new tooth. We're through. Got it? Honeymoon is over.
Let's see where that goes. I mean, I feel like I don't believe him. He's gonna stick around.
I mean, if you'd rather wait.
What are we doing? Oh, is she going to the initiative?
New retinal scan recorded. Summers, Buffy.
Or are they like hiring her or something? I want to hear some comments about like how this whole operation is under the frat house, because that's the funniest shit. So how about this place where we're doing open surgery on these like demons down there? It's like part of the show as soon as you walk in.
Took 8 of us to bring those 2 down.
They'll be under our control soon enough. Field of xenomorphic behavior modification.
Behavior modification?
Xenophobic. Oh yeah, okay, yes. What they did to Spike.
So I've seen. On the Discovery Channel.
Girl.
Gorillas and sharks, they made them all nice. You haven't seen it? What's over there?
She's fucking terrible at this. And like Professor Wash is like one of the characters that I consider to be so zero nonsense that you can't lie to her.
Don't pick that up.
What is it?
Communications camera, soon to be standard issue. Gives us a direct comm link to control when we're out in the field.
Also monitors the heart rate of the wearer. Research area. Very restricted for security reasons.
That's the nuke room.
Welcome to the team.
Don't know how I feel about that. We'll see where this goes.
It was my grandma's, I think. I found it a long time ago in my attic.
I want you to have it. That's really sweet. But I can't. It's like a family heirloom.
Get a clue, girl.
And if you're not doing something, you could come over and we could do something.
That sounds really nice, but tonight I already have plans with people.
But like, come on. You're lonely. Everyone's getting spanked but you. Though I feel like in this relationship, Willow should be the one doing the spanking. This girl strikes me as a bottom.
I'll see you later, okay?
Brings out gifts, family heirlooms and stuff. Is this entire storyline just gonna be us like rooting for Willow? Just like, go! Go get her! You got this! Go! Because that's how I feel right now. Okay, let's see what's happening in the nuke room. What are we developing? Some cursed shit, but like, to what level? Is this
How's our
something
baby
to do
doing
with
today?
radiation or something? Our baby. Oh, are they building like an ultimate soldier kind of thing?
Almost time to wake up, Adam.
Adam, what the?
Take your first look at the world.
They are building an ultimate soldier. That looked like part human, part zombie, part cyborg. Which, like, we've already done before. It was like the second episode of season 2. There was a guy who made Frankenstein off of his brother.
Sell bars, make money, take Anya nice places, buy pretty things.
Does make sense.
She's almost an hour late. She's probably off living the life of Riley. I don't think she's coming.
She is. She said she was looking forward to spending quality time with just us. See, here she comes.
And Riley's here.
Guys.
Yep, the gang came over.
Hope you don't mind us tagging along.
Just a bunch of like 2-meter tall commandos walk in. They're all so tall.
She's a little antsy around commando types, ex-demon issues.
Makes sense. I don't trust them either.
I just thought this was supposed to be, you know, us. I could have invited somebody else if I knew it was an open free-for-all.
Yeah.
So who did you want to invite?
Talk about it.
No one.
I mean,
the thing about this teenage drama is that we're also gonna have to deal with the closet.
You've joined them?
Yeah.
no, not exactly. It just
Yeah, you
means that
did.
Boyfriend going to work with me, big extra perk.
I liked it more when we did this with Angel. I like the superhero team. I don't like the army.
What's their ultimate agenda?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, they neuter vampires and demons, but then what? Are they gonna reintegrate them into society? Plus, don't forget that 314 thing that Ethan told Giles about. I just think there's certain questions you should ask before you go off and enlist.
Gotta run. Oh my god, they're like Power Rangers. They're literally just like Power Rangers. Beep, 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 beep. We're gonna go.
Objective. Sub-T 67119.
What was that?
Bone skewers jut from the creature's forearms during battle.
Okay, so it's Baraka from Mortal Kombat. It's been 3 episodes since you mentioned Mortal Kombat.
Not to damage its arms.
Question. Why exactly can't we damage this poker thing's arms?
Don't ask questions. You don't ask questions here. You just obey orders.
What do they want?
Want?
We don't care about that.
I find it's easier to predict their responses if I know.
They're not sentient, just destructive, I believe.
That's not true. This is the army is actually not good episode. So, okay, that is not the creature that they created. What they're actually doing is that they're grabbing elements from every monster that they capture and fusing them into one singular Frankenstein entity. Let's fucking go! Let's be it.
I know it's late. Still wanted to do something.
Yes! Yes! You're in! I like how chill Buffy is. Just walking while these commandos are just like ready for action.
Always been Riley's second in command. Instead, he picks a girl.
Oh my fucking god, this guy.
I'm not under anybody's shadow.
Hang on. Got something.
Target.
Negative.
Spike. Oh.
17.
Oh, this is gonna be a rough operation. He literally just went to get groceries. He fought back, so I guess he can like throw people around. Oh, they got him. Oh fuck. Okay, he got away. Okay, they have a tracker on him, so they're gonna follow Spike. Buffy's gonna be like, what do I do? Oh, this is an episode, and Riley's gonna be able to know. Oh god. Slow motion. Weird sequence. I question this sequence. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but let's follow along. What if because she's trying to not damage the blades, someone gets really hurt? That's the thing about this sequence of them banging, is that I don't know if it's real or not. Okay, they got him.
What do you want to do now?
Oh, okay. That's what happened. The sequence is happening after that sequence. Okay. I was thinking, is this metaphorical? Is this, oh, they're cool. They're watching it. Could not be creepier. And it's just her too. He's getting involved. She's so like evil looking.
Try one. Check these flavors. Cherry berry, maple walnut.
Did he get himself trapped in a pyramid scheme?
Very well. Maple walnut. Please leave my home now.
Oh, it's Spike.
Close the door!
How is this our concern, seeing that you've expressed a desire to have nothing more to do with us?
What do you want me to say? I need help.
And no chica from you.
Look, you're the goody good guys.
You can come up with a better answer than that. Why should I help you?
Oh, because I helped you.
You need to give me the $300.
I made you pay me. You right bastard. That's all that's left. Spent the rest on blood and smokes, which I'll never see again.
Hey, weren't expecting to see me?
It was a little bit creepy. Like he was just already looking at her. Well, at least Buffy woke up a lot better than Cordelia did in the latest Angel episode that I watched, which was a little bit wild.
I am how they train me.
Who they?
You know, the government. Plucked me out of special op training for this.
What did they tell you it was for?
Didn't. In the military, you learn to follow orders, not ask questions.
Yep.
Aren't you curious about all the science and research stuff they're doing?
I know all I need to know. We're doing good here. Protecting the public.
That's what they tell you, man. Oh, Riley.
What is it?
Don't know.
You're really not one for asking questions, are you?
I'll leave that to you.
I think Riley's gonna be a tragic character in the sense that they're gonna fucking kill him. Because he's gonna start asking questions eventually, and when he does, they're just gonna dispose of him. Because he's clearly like a good-natured person, thinking that they're doing good.
Make me proud.
Yeah, they're removing the blades and putting them into their Terminator Ultimate Warrior thing.
We move to the contingency scenario.
Right away.
Oh boy, what?
Finn will take it hard.
That's why sooner is better.
Yeah. That's what I thought. They're so evil.
Some sort of illumination emanating from...
Oh my god, you guys, you're so slow at this.
Pseudo soldier memory bank tells me that's a tracer. Mando guys are reading the signal. They're coming home.
No one's here. Oh, she stayed over at the lesbian's house all night. Yes, she did.
Oh, hi.
What happened last night?
Sorry about bailing on you guys at the Bronze. Don't worry about it. I gotta go. I'll see ya.
So, I mean, bad stuff is happening.
Hello?
Willa, you're there at last.
It's a small job, reconnaissance. Probably a waste of a Slayer's abilities, but my boys are on assignment, so I...
No, it's okay.
It's a low-level threat, minimal aggression, meager defenses. They barely show up on the scanner, and occasionally turn out to be raccoons.
This is a trap.
Get a visual on this thing. This will feed me back an image, and I can advise you from there.
There's still some stuff about all this that I'm not clear on.
Yeah.
Well, when you get back, we can have a talk.
Good.
Are they gonna try to, like, frame her? Just like, she stole some equipment. We have the recording right here. She's holding a gun and whatever. Or maybe the gun itself is, like, gonna backfire or something. We're doing magic surgery.
Will ionize the atmosphere around us, thereby disrupting the tracer signal.
She's summoning an EMP with magic.
Air be burned. Atmosphere ionized?
Well, fuck all of our electronics. Wow, that's funny. We're all in a glam rock band now. Stuff is happening. I'm not sure where this is gonna go.
Professor Walsh, are you getting this? He's brought along a friend. They see.
Oh, okay. It's those guys. Yeah. Of course it doesn't work. And they're trapping her. It's fine, girl. We don't need guns here. You're Buffy, goddammit. Oh my god, what if she comes back and they go like, it was all a test to see how she's doing? They're monitoring her, so... Oh, they're gonna maybe try to use this data to like... Oh, the thing fell. There's no way she's fucking dead. Maybe they took an ear off or something. I don't know.
It's like the ionizing spell's wearing off.
Trout?
They're all eating the bars. Destroy it, break it.
It's on the move.
Look alive, people. Weapons at the ready.
To the left. 10 meters. 5.
Anyone? I got nothing.
Went right past us.
Underground? Sewers?
Flushed. Tracer's been flushed.
Okay. Ooh, okay, got his own buddy. So, battle axes are actually very slow. And against an agile fighter. Oh, electrify the water, and he's fucked. So the electricity's coming off of it earlier, and I was like, there's a reason why it's doing that.
2 of our hostiles broke free and escaped into the tunnels. She went after them on her own.
Oh, she's
dead, Riley.
What?
I did everything I could to stop her.
Oh, she's just lying like a fucking snake. And now the stories are not gonna match.
I know what she meant to you.
How could this
happen? Oh, that's really
She
good.
was a very, very special girl. She had something.
Oh, 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 oh!
It's hard not to blame myself.
Professor Walsh, that simple little recon you sent me
Ho, 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 ho!
wasn't a raccoon. Turns out it was me trapped in the sewers with a faulty weapon and 2 of your pet demons. If you think that's enough to kill me, you really don't know what a slayer is. Trust me when I say you're gonna find out.
Oh, Riley. I'm worried for you, buddy.
Riley.
The question is, how attached is she to Riley? Oh, it seems like she's attached. Okay, so she's just gonna let him walk away. I was thinking she was gonna be like, all right, guards, get him. Oh, Riley, let's go. That was such a perfect setup.
As long as the initiative is in operation, it's not safe for you here.
No,
Ooh, let's go.
it's not safe for any of us.
So, all right. If she wants a fight, we'll give her one.
Oh my fucking god.
Too long to let some little bitch threaten this project.
Oh my fucking god, lady.
Threaten me. She has no idea who she's dealing with. Once she's gone, Riley will come around. He'll understand.
Oh, she's just delusional.
It's for the greater good.
It's crazy how she's like a psychology professor and she's just this fucking insane.
Remove the complication, and when she least expects it.
Okay, I was thinking she wasn't gonna last, but I didn't think she would die in this episode.
Mommy.
All right, cool. All right. Oh man, that was an episode and a half. I liked it. A lot happened. I have a lot to say. I mean, I genuinely didn't think that she was gonna last a lot because I was like, man, like clearly like they're setting up this like Frankenstein monster to be a big bad, and then she's so fucking evil and she just got so fucked by this episode that I'm thinking like she's gonna die at some point during the season, but I didn't think she would die like 1 minute after I thought that. That was unexpected. Sure, but like it makes sense. It makes sense like thematically how she's so dedicated to this thing that doesn't fucking matter, and then it literally backstabs her just the way that she backstabbed Buffy. It's really cool. I really like that. That setup of like I was getting hyped. It's so dumb because those are the things that I get hyped about. When she started saying like, Riley, I'm sorry, she's dead. She went off on her own on a mission and I tried to stop her. I was just getting hyped because I knew that Buffy was alive, and I was just sitting here thinking like, oh, the stories are not gonna match. Riley's gonna be like, oh, that fucking Wash lied to me, and it happened almost perfectly. How like she just appeared in the monitor behind, and I was thinking like, does that machine have audio recording? Does it have a microphone, or is it just the video? And if it's just the video, it could just be like Buffy showing her face and then just like dropping the thing, and Wash wouldn't know and Riley would know, so then Riley would be like, okay, I know that she's lying to me, but she wouldn't know. No, it's even better than that. Is Buffy just straight up says like, Professor Wash, fuck you. And just explains what she did and how it differs from what she's saying to Riley in that moment, and says, fuck you, go die in a ditch, and then just throws it, and Riley's just like, oh, fuck you, lady, and just walks away. I was worried for Riley in that moment because I was thinking that Wash would just dispose of him. But no, it seems like she actually did care for Riley, and that's interesting now because okay, now we're starting to read the relationship between Professor Wash and Riley a little bit different, where Professor Wash maybe had some kind of an attachment to Riley that she wasn't willing to let go of. She wasn't willing to share. So then she was like a little bit bitter towards Buffy. That's why she was Oh, that makes it even creepier and weirder. She's monitoring Riley fuck Buffy, and she's not doing so because it's like, oh, what are my agents doing? Or like, I gotta keep an eye on her. It's like, no, it's literally just like, I am obsessed with this kid, and I don't like that he's having sex with another girl. But also, I am like 30 years older than this kid. Like, it's weird as fuck. Like, she's like fucked up evil, and she's dead. Like, whatever, who gives a shit? She could have been attracted to Riley in like a weird way, and that's the only reason why she hated Buffy as much as she did. Because like, I was thinking like she was gonna dispose of Riley, and then it's like, no, she doesn't. She's like, Riley, come here, I order you to come back here. And then you get to see her in the end. She's saying like, oh, we're gonna dispose of Buffy, you're gonna kill her, and when she's gone, Riley will see the truth and he's gonna come back. And I'm like, oh, lady, you're fucked up delusional. Like, she's just nuts. And then she just dies. And I did say the comment of like it's funny how she's a psychology professor and she's also fucking insane, but like, sure, like, nobody is exempt from actually being mentally unwell. That includes her. And in fact, like, it's probably more likely, to be honest, like the kind of person that she is. She's just doing her mad scientist bit, just like, they'll all see when they see my secret weapon, we're gonna take them down together. And then she just dies immediately, and it's like, well, yeah, this was the only way that this was gonna go. Oh man. The only thing now that I'm worrying is that this 314 Adam, let's just call him Adam, he has a name, is gonna be the big bad of the season. But the real big bad of the season is the United States military, and also an unhealthy fascination with kids who's like 30 years younger than you. Seriously, lady, what the fuck? Anyway, so God, I like this. I really like this episode. I like episodes where a lot happens, and this was definitely it. And like, it's great because it feels like, okay, the Buffy seasons are like 22 episodes, something like that, and to me, they do feel like they maybe drag on a little bit too much, because I feel like always in a season there's like 5 episodes that I could do without. Honestly, to be fair, there's like 5 episodes that I'm always like, I could just not have these and my experience would probably be better. But side effect of that is that I go months waiting for the other shoe to drop, and then it does. And when it does, because I had been expecting it for so long, I'm like, yeah, let's go. So when this episode finally get a collision course of like, Spike is our buddy and also the initiative are evil and not to be trusted, like when finally that happens, I'm like, yes, thank you. Okay, now that we're here, where do we go? Because this is what I expected to happen. Not the details, but the general strokes. So now I'm wondering, okay, now where do we go? And I'm very excited for that. I'm mostly very excited for it because Riley is in a better position than I thought he was going to be. In fact, like while I was watching the episode, I was saying it's going to be a tragic character where he is going to fully believe in the vision of the initiative and, you know, just the U.S. Army. That is what this is, honestly. He's not going to ask questions. He's just going to follow orders. And he's not going to understand why Buffy doesn't do the things that he knows are good, but he doesn't know because he doesn't ask questions. He just follows orders. And then near the end is when he's finally going to realize that, like, they're doing something that's really fucked up. And then he's going to be like, no. And then, like, they're going to kill him. And then Buffy's going to get revenge on him. And Riley's going to die tragic death at Buffy's harms or something like that. It's like, that's what I was thinking. No, this is way better actually, which is Riley immediately in the same episode sees a perfect image of how shitty Professor Watch and the Initiative are, and he's like, fuck you, and just walks away immediately. Something that could happen next episode, I don't think it will, but something that could happen is that they're gonna be like, Riley, Professor Watch just died. And Riley's gonna be like, well, fuck her, she was evil. But maybe the initiative is good. Like, maybe he'll go back because he believes in the vision. He's like, well, Wash is dead, and Wash was the evil one. So I guess that's taken care of. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Riley is done. He's like, fuck this, and he's just gonna go away. And everyone is gonna get to see Adam now. Everyone's gonna get to see this like demons that's out on a rampage and killing everybody. So and they're gonna be like, yeah, this is where your tax dollars went into. This is the monsters they created. It's like, cool. And it's gonna be a really difficult monster to take down because that monster is clearly made out of the parts out of every monster that they have taken down, like the best parts. So it's like, This monster has like very characteristic, like really dangerous, like arm blades, and it's like, well, we're gonna take the arms and we're gonna put it into a Frankenstein monster. It's like, cool. That monster is just made out of many parts like that, and it's just like, yeah, we got a demon Frankenstein. Sure. That's probably gonna be tough to take down. All right, that was good. That was good stuff. I liked it. Spike also came back. He was like, "Fuck you," and then immediately he was like, "I need help, everybody, please help me." He's literally a cat. He's just a house cat. He thinks he's hot shit, and he thinks he's above you, but then he's just like, "Please no, I'm just a little guy. Don't keep me, please." We got lesbians this episode. There may or may not have been some lesbian action last night we didn't see. I'm gonna say no, because as I was saying this episode, I was thinking about it, is that I am very quick to accept just like, oh yeah, these two characters, they're gonna smooch and they're gonna do things together. And it's like, that could happen. But I think that a show like this, in the year it came out of, which was 99. Maybe this episode was already in like 2000, but let's say 99. I think that, and because of what the show itself does, which is like teenager action adventure drama, but it's mostly just like a teenager show. I'm thinking that we're gonna do the closet arc, right? We're gonna get the closet in, and it's gonna be the whole premise of at least one episode where Willow is gonna be like, but it's a girl, how could I ever, but I'm not like, I had boyfriends before, I love Oz, but I could like girls too. Oh my, there's gonna be a full episode where it's gonna be like that. That's fine. It's part of the territory. I was ready for it to just go right in, but I'm thinking that this show is probably more interested in actually exploring that coming out storyline. And if that's the case, then Willow could become, I mean, it's weird for me to say could become, considering I'm watching this in 2024, but it could become a character that's like a pillar, an icon of either lesbian or bisexual communities, where in an era where it was not super mainstream, but it was one of the first ones that it was very openly just like, this is what we're doing. Because like, honey, I'm watching this episode and it gets funnier every episode. How the first time I saw these two characters together, interlocking hands and doing magic together, and I made the lesbian vending machine joke, which hit really well, actually. People really love that. I love it as well. It's one of my favorite things I've ever said on this channel. And somebody just told me, like, it's interesting how you think that this is something the show would be interested in exploring in the era it came out on. And I'm like, 100%, dude. Like, there's no fucking way this is not where the show is going. And every episode it gets funnier. Like, in this episode, she comes in and she's like, this is a very important family heirloom that has been in my family since like my grandma or something like that. I want to give it to you. It's like, oh my god, like, this girl is dying of thirst. This girl wants a good spanking. Like, that's actually what I might title this episode that. Just like, I don't know, because like they're making jokes about spanking, and Willow is like, everyone's getting spanked but me, and it's like, I think Willow's gonna be the one doing the spanking, honestly. Like, that's interesting to say, because like, okay, this conversation is about to derail hard, but I really don't think Willow is a bottom, because like, Willow is definitely this shy girl, but I think Willow is the shy girl that's like, I want to get out, I want to do stuff, I want to have the confidence, and I want to do shit, and I'm gonna spank this girl's ass red, and I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. And it's partially because of that part of Willow's attitude and character, but also because this other girl, the blonde girl, I'm sorry, I don't know her name still. Nobody has told me her name, by the way. Patient people, please let me know what is the name of the blonde girl who's the lesbian, because I have terrible attention span and memory, and I don't want to look it up in fear of spoilers. So I really rely on you guys to let me know stuff like this. What is the name of the blonde lesbian? I really like her. She's becoming one of my favorite characters, because she's so like shy, and she feels like an outcast and rejected. And I always like outcast type characters. I always do. Not so much the like wimpy outcast, which is where Willow was coming from originally, I think. And Sander in a way as well. Well, Sander is more like the jokey, pervy guy, at least initially, and then it got better. But this girl, she's the outcast who's like sitting in the back and not talking to anybody, and just like silently like drawing in her sketchbook. And then somebody approaches her, and she's like very thankful that somebody is approaching you, but also she doesn't know what to say. And she doesn't really stumble, but is just this thing where like she doesn't have enough social interactions in order to even be able to handle that, you know? That's the vibe I get from her. I really like that vibe because that was exactly my high school experience. That was exactly the way I was, just sitting in the back, just not talking to anybody, just being weird. And if I had joined a witch club and there was one real witch, which I guess would have been like, in my example, I guess would have been like, if I had joined an animation club and there was like one other kid that was like really into anime, I would have been like, all right, let's hang out, you know? Like that would have been my experience. I guess this analogy kind of fell apart. It doesn't really carry, but I like her. That's what I'm saying. I like that character. So I'm really rooting for her, and I'm really rooting for Willow here because I want to see this. This is the only time in this fucking show where I've been like actually like rooting for a relationship to develop. Actually, I also rooted for Sander and Anya. I did, because Anya was so into the idea of dating Sander that I was like, I want her to be happy because I also really like Anya. So like, you know what? It's exactly the same situation. I am a pro Sander Anya shipper. Not because I give a shit about them, but because I like Anya and I want her to be happy. And if she ever decides that there is another way for her to be happy and she wants to focus on that, I will also support her in that direction. The same goes for this lesbian chick that's hanging out with Willow. I want her to be happy, but clearly the only way she's gonna be happy is by dating Willow, because that is her. Like, if there was like a character profile for her so far, it would literally only be like witch and lesbian. That would be it. Where else am I going with this? I don't know what else to say. This episode was really good. Like, I feel like you can identify how much I like an episode based on how manic I get during the discussion. Because usually the episodes where I'm like really into it, I just start going insane. Or maybe that's just my mood today. My mood today was very low energy, and I crossed that threshold of tired, and I've just reached at like, I'm just having fun now. There was a weird scene where Buffy and Riley were fighting a demon in slow motion, and they were also fucking at the same time, and I was wondering if that scene was even real. And then it's like, yeah, they were fucking, but the fucking was in the future. We were just interjecting the fight with the fucking. And I'm like, I mean, sure, I'm sure some people enjoy that scene. I thought it was weird. Making it slow motion, I was like, okay, they're going for an artsy thing. And then they were interjecting it with sex scenes. And I'm like, okay, should I be getting worried? Should I be I was confused as to what I should be feeling. I don't know if it was the first time they banged or not. I don't remember. It might have been the first time, yeah. But it's also not like the first time that Buffy had sex with Angel. That was a significant scene. That is something that I'm like, good. I'm never gonna complain about that scene, because even though it's not for me, it's like, it's an important scene because Buffy loses her virginity and then there's a whole demon thing happening. This one, I'm like, I feel like we're just doing a really weird artsy thing where instead of showing a fight and fucking, we're showing a fight and fucking at the same time. And neither are satisfactory to me, because for the majority of it, I was confused as to what was happening. I wasn't even sure if it was real. And then when it turned out that it was real, I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's happening. And then they kind of kept going a little bit more. I suppose they kept going because they showed Wash later. And like, that's fine. I like saying that Wash is a creep, because that tells me something about Wash. And then she fucking dies, and it's cool. Like, you saw how cool. I really like Professor Wash as a character. I mean, I hate her as a person, but I really like her as a character because she's fucked up. And you see how fucked up she is in this episode. And I really like that. I really like what I have characters as being that fucked up. And I like the mask coming off. It's really good. I enjoyed that. It was just weird to see it in the middle of a fight. It's like, oh, we're trying something new here. We're feeling spicy today. We get to see the commando guy, the second in command after Riley. Who, oh god, he's going to be the first in command now. And he sucks. The guy, the black guy, like, he's like Riley's best bot or whatever, or like he was. Things are about to change, but like, he was the weirdly misogynistic guy that I didn't like immediately, and I continue to not like, and then in this episode I like even less. And he's like upset over the fact that Riley's hanging out with Buffy, and he's like, you know, I was second in command. Like, he's worrying about his rank in some way, or like how important he feels like he is. And then Professor Wash is dead. Riley is probably just gonna quit, and Buffy's absolutely just gone. So this guy is now gonna be probably the guy calling the shots, and he's not very good, right? Like immediately I was like, oh fuck this misogynistic ass asshole. And now in this episode I'm like, oh, he also has delusions of self-importance, and he feels jealous, and he's like, I don't remember the way he was talking about Buffy, but it wasn't good. I've always been Riley's second in command. Instead, he picks a girl. It's like, oh my, the castle misogyny in this guy. I had a comment from someone on YouTube saying like, I just kind of assume that he is like a gay man, or like he's like closeted in some way. And that's the only way that I can tolerate his character, by pretending that he is that. That's what this comment said. And I was like, I'm sorry, I wish I could live in your world where I could just pretend things. And sometimes I can, but not in something like this. I just don't like this guy. I'm just not liking this guy. And I feel like he's gonna be bad. Like, he has to be bad at this point. But yeah, that was like a small scene that tells us that he's gonna be a thing. He's gonna be a real character, not just some background guy. Is it me, or that I think that the scenes inside of the initiative building have a less color. There is like less saturation in the colors in the initiative place, which is fun. I like that. I like having less coloration in those scenes, because it should look gray and dead, because that's what it is. It's the US military, right? I do like how anti-US military this episode is. It's good. I like it. Free Palestine, by the way. What's up? Okay, I don't know how much of this I'm gonna cut, because that was just a weird tangent, but it's just tiring. It really is just tiring. I think that's gonna be it for this Buffy episode. I don't know what else I can say. If I think about something else, I'll just like add it on to like the video later. But yeah, this is just like military, don't ask any questions, and also they're bad, and then at the end it's just like, oh, they're bad. I like that. Anyway, so I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, hi everybody. An extra thing I wanted to record here before I render the episode, something I thought about while I was editing it, is something that could happen in the future of the show is that they might want to try to frame Buffy as the one that killed Professor Walsh, because we also have like a recording of Buffy threatening Professor Walsh, and it is actually in the best interest of the initiative to hide their secret project in 314. So this is interesting, because Walsh, now as a dead person, they could absolutely just ruin her reputation and just be like, oh, she was acting on her own, she tried to kill Buffy, and that was like her own thing. So that was just her, that wasn't on the initiative, which, to be fair, it kind of was. Like, Walsh was acting on her own accord when she decided to do what she did. So like, it's interesting, because the entire episode, and also the episode, questions the initiative on itself as whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing, as almost just an analogy for, you know, the real army. But the episode itself doesn't really show you the initiative being bad as much as it shows you Walsh being bad. So something that I could see happening is they might want to try to frame Buffy as the one to kill Walsh by hiding all information relevant to 314, and they might just go to Riley and be like, hey, you know, we think Buffy might have done this, and Riley would have a motive to think that Buffy would have done that, because Buffy directly threatened Walsh to do it, and he saw that recording. That was a real, just like, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. So something that could happen is that they could try to trick Riley into believing that Buffy is actually dangerous and a murderer, and Riley might have to come to terms with like, whether or not do I follow orders, do I follow the initiative itself, because, you know, we are the forces of good, we do good here, or do I trust Buffy? And that might be the question for Riley here. And like, I felt pretty definitively that Riley was gonna say fuck the initiative and fuck all of this, and I'm just gonna side with Buffy at the end of this episode. But now I'm thinking about it in the future, and I can see a possibility of the initiative trying to pin the murder of Walsh on Buffy, and Riley somehow believing that. it's like, oh yeah, Wash was evil, but Buffy murdered her, so Buffy is also dangerous, you know? So that's just a thing that I thought about while I was editing the episode, so that's a possibility in the future, I think. Another thing is that I know the name of the lesbian now because I was editing the episode and I heard Willow say it. Her name is Tara, I think. Tara. Shout out to Tara. She's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters of the entire show. I love Tara because, like, I already explained why, but like another thing that I noticed while editing is how Willow apologizes that, you know, I'm busy, but you know, we can do it some other time. And Tara just like runs away. Like, Tara doesn't actually say anything. She doesn't reply. She just kind of like shrugs and lowers her head and she just runs away. And that is very endearing to me. I really like that because that feels very relatable to me. If there is a trait that is probably my infamously worst characteristic, is probably my history running away. Situations where in my head I run like a simulation and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. This is too much for me emotionally. I'm just going to run away. I'm not even going to say bye. I'm not even going to say yes or no. I'm just literally just going to dip. Because in my head, I run the simulation and I don't think this girl is interested in me. She is putting on excuses and I don't want to waste her time. She's just being very nice. And honestly, she doesn't have a reason to like me or anything. So I'm just going to do us both a favor and just run away. Like, that's exactly what went through Tara's mind. I'm pretty sure. And she just left. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm like putting a lot of thoughts into Tara's mind here that are not told to you. So all of this is just a speculation on my part. And I am definitely projecting when I see Tara, but I really like her. Okay, sorry. That's just the extra bit I wanted to record. I'm just gonna go render this episode now. Yeah. Oh, I should have made a Rage Against the Machine joke while I was watching the episode, and I didn't. So I did it during the editing. I was just listening to Killing in the Name, and I was like, why didn't I quote those lyrics? So that's on me. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm just gonna go now. It's 7 a.m., by the way. So I'm just gonna put this in the video and edit it real quick, and I'm just gonna go, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. Bye. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions as well as full-length reactions and Angel watch-alongs, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below, social media, also as a cool stuff that you know. See you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye-bye.